at the WPBL, it expands across the world. I was many that have come from all across the country, North Carolina, Kentucky, even as far as California. I even got a chance to talk to Molly Pattison's parents, and with pride and joy, they talked about how they traveled from Australia. Her friends and her family wanted to be here because this community doesn't just want to witness history, they want to be a part of it. And to keep history going this rest of this weekend, we're going to head up to CJ Silas to get us going.
Baseball fans, last night you met New York and LA. Tonight, you'll meet San Francisco and Boston. From the city by the bay, they're ready to ignite the inaugural season with passion, power, and unforgettable baseball. It's time to meet the full lineup for your San Francisco Firebells. The Firebells are led by five-time MLB All-Star, the four-time Gold Glove and Silver Slugger, and World Series champion, Matt Williams. Assistant coaches for your Firebells, Jeff England and Sam Unger. Reserves for San Francisco, number 6, Ayaka Yamamoto. Number 8, Hinano Beppu. Number 10, Liz Gilder. Number 11, Jordan Eister. Number 22, Nikki Eckert. Number 33, Samantha Gutierrez. Number 57, Rosie Del Castillo. The starting lineup for San Francisco tonight, leading off at second base, number 5, Amanda Giannelloni. Pitcher warming up in the bullpen, number 3, Kelsey Whitmore. Batting third in left field, number 18, Jill Albayati. Batting fourth at first base, number 16, Andrian LeBlanc. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 26, Alexia George. Batting sixth, in right field, number 25, Ella De Bedard. Batting seventh, right fielder, number 21, Skylar Kaplan. Batting eighth, at shortstop, number 13, Joely Leguizamon. And batting ninth, at third base, number 7, Park Chua. Baseball fans, let's hear it for your San Francisco Firebells. Representing one of America's most passionate sports cities, they're bringing determination, grit, and a relentless pursuit of victory to the inaugural WPBL. Fans, it's time to announce the full lineup for your Boston Hunters. The Hunters will be led by manager with 2004 Red Sox World Series winning closer and champion, Keith Falk. Assistant coach for the Hunters, Caravan Dew. And player coach, Beth Greenwood. Reserves for the Hunters, number 5, Suzuka Yamamoto. Number 14, Lexi Hastings. Number 18, Micah Dumais. Number 22, Sabrina Robinson. Number 30, Maria
Our visiting lineup here tonight, starting lineup for the San Francisco Firebells is presented by Horace Mann. So you can see leading things off, Gentiloni, Amanda Gentiloni, and she's getting ready to go. Right behind her is the starting pitcher for the Firebells. And Jenna, can you believe we've got to see, we'll get to see Whitmore at the plate and on the hill.
So much talent, a two-way player, the #1 overall draft pick. Circle Kelsey Whitmore in that 2 spot. She plays for Team USA, has done so for over a decade. And at the World Cup group stage just a week ago, hit .583 with a couple of home runs, 9 RBIs in just 5 games. She's going to back up Jenna Loney, and that's going to get things going for SF.
It's going to be a good one. They've got a great lineup on both sides. Both teams have 6 players that have World Cup experience from just last week, so they're pretty well balanced. And on the mound, you can see the righty. It's Rain Padgham. Padgham is being received by Greenwood here today, but Padgham's from Canada, played in the World Cup Rockford stage just last week. She was 1-1 there, started 2 games, 6 2/3 innings pitched, allowed 5 hits, and she struck out 9 in those 6 2/3.
The 12th overall pick here in the WPBL. She represents Team Canada, actually won a World Cup bronze medal back in 2024.
Well, Padgham's getting set. Here comes the first pitch, delivered by Padgham and the Hunters, and it's a strike. We're going to wait a minute because everything collected here today, just like yesterday, is very special. We've got memorabilia that will be authenticated and can be bought in an auction. The Realist is here to authenticate everything. You can look at realist.com under the WPBL section. And also, but any balls that go in the stands, that's the fun of it. If you get a ball that's coming into the stands from the ballpark, it's yours to keep. You don't have to go through an auction or anything.
We talked about this yesterday. It applies today as well. You could literally catch history, and that's why we've seen so many fans bring their gloves as well to the ballpark.
Here in the first, here comes the pitch, and that'll miss upstairs. Gentiloni, a first-rounder, drafted 8th overall. She's a Hall of Famer from Nicholls State. Swing and a miss, and there's a first strikeout here today as Gentiloni goes down swinging. And that'll bring up Kelsey Whitmore. She's the first overall pick in the WPBL draft that happened last year in November. One of the most recognized women's baseball players. She's basically the face of women's baseball.
She was named a captain, surprising to no one, for San Francisco. She actually caught the first pitch thrown out by women's baseball icon Maybelle Blair yesterday, something they had talked about and was years in the making, and they finally got to have that moment.
And what's so interesting about Kelsey is that she is so well known, like I said, the face of women's baseball, so well known, recognized that way, but she played 4 years of college softball.
She did. She played at Cal State Fullerton.
Here comes the pitch. She'll hit it hard. A one bouncer into the glove of Bryant. Long throw to first. It's in time. There's 2 away.
That was a great play, a great swing and a great play. That ball was hit hard. Bryant stuck with it. You call it the hot corner for a reason, and she's chilling. She is totally comfortable out there in a groove. You love to see it, and a fine defensive play for the Hunters.
A little celebration out there. The dance move with the music here in the stadium is Bryant. That brings up Jill Abayati here at the plate. The left fielder. She batted .375 with Team USA last week in World Cup action, group stage action. First rounder, drafted 16th overall. Abayati hits it up in the air to the right, going back, chasing after it, and that ball will hit off of the fence right off the very top, and she'll head to second base. Throw coming in, it won't be in time with 2 away. Albayati doubles. That'll get the crowd going.
Putting some power behind that swing. If you take a look, this pitch is right over the outer half of the plate, and she goes with it beautifully. Lets the ball travel. That's some power when you hit the top of the fence like that. Thought we might see the second home run in WPBL history, but instead she'll settle for 2 bases.
Just missed by inches. Today, it's a lot easier to see those balls, as yesterday, the rain coming down, and it was just cloudy all day. We went into, you know, the dark of night, as we have on Andriane LeBlanc. She bet at 500 for Canada just last week. Talk about power. She's got it. LeBlanc, as I mentioned, played for Canada last week. 4 games, 6 hits. Batted 500, scored 5 runs, and drove in 5. She's got one right here at second base to drive in. 2 away. This ball is lifted, and it'll come into the stands. All right, we see Zettelmoyer there, Alyssa, that played yesterday with the Heights. I didn't know if we were showing her because she caught that foul ball. But we see, as yesterday, Queens won the ball game. It was an exciting one, 10-8, you know, getting close to even maybe possibly extra innings, but they came back and won it. So game 1 went to the Queens. They're in the stands right now signing autographs. Righty-lefty matchup. This ball is launched into right field, and that one will hit off the wall too. But rounding third base, headed home, standing up, and run number 1 goes to the Firebells.
That's what you want to do as the cleanup hitter, clean the bases, and she does that, brings in the RBI. That's upstairs. She gets on plane with it, sends it nearly out of here as well, turning on that pitch. What a start that we're seeing so far for the Firebells.
Alexia George will step up to the plate. She tripled for she doubled, rather, for Team USA. 3 for 5 last week in 3 games, drove in 3. That ball, though, that we just saw being launched into right, actually those 2 fly balls hitting off the fence, they looked, I don't know what it is, but it looks like it's going to go over the fence here, and something is keeping it in. We do see a lot of wind here. We saw a lot blowing left to right. Talked to the fielders yesterday. They talked about that wind, and I thought maybe it's just, you know, on a day that's a rainy day like that, but we can see right now it's still blowing, and I think it's keeping actually some of the balls in this ballpark on the right side. It's 290 down the line, 310 in the gaps, and 330 straight center. So George digs in. League players, and she's signing autographs. Maggie yesterday had an excellent game, went 2 for 2, scored 2 runs, drove into the base, came in relief and pitched. And Keith Falk here, he's the manager for the Hunters. As I mentioned, he's a World Series champion too, just like his counterpart on the other side, Matt Williams. A 0.64 ERA across 11 appearances in the 2004 postseason with the Red Sox. And look at that, 191 career saves in 11 seasons. So stepping up to the plate for the Hunters is Kate Blunt, the second baseman. She'll take first pitch, and it's a strike right at the belt, delivered by Kelsey Whitmore. Well, tonight's starting lineup for the Hunters is presented by Horace Mann. Kate Blunt, she's at the plate, leading things off, facing Kelsey Whitmore right now. And Jenna, what else can you tell us about the Hunters lineup?
Well, there came to play right there, taking a nice little swing there early on in the count here with Kelsey Whitmore. But she on the bump, first of all, we talked about how she's the first overall pick. She's the captain. She also pitched in the World Cup recently with Team USA. She's been in multiple professional leagues before this, was known as the first woman to play in the Atlantic League, with the men. You, of course, know her from Banana Ball as well, but now here she is making history.
And it seems like every stop that she has made is making history. And, you know, we heard her talking about it as far as just like looking back at her 6-year-old self. This is where she really wanted to be, not playing with the guys, but looking to her left, looking to her right, and playing with women. Ground ball right side, easy toss to first base, and Blunt is retired. So there's one out here for the Hunters in the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at the defense behind Whitmore. Oh, you got LeBlanc there at first base, and Jenna at second. She's got a great defense behind her in the outfield too.
Gentiloni making a nice play right there, moving to her left really well. A nice first step, made that play look routine. Could have snuck through the 3-4 hole.
And now Edith DeLea at the plate. She's from Mexico, actually played for Team Mexico in the World Cup group stage action in Rockford. And the top of the lineup, the first 6 batters that you'll see from the Hunters, they were all playing last week, so they're tuned up and ready to go here for the WPBL. DeLea batted .545 last week, a double, drove in 6. Righty-lefty matchup. Whitmore goes right at the knees inside, catches that edge and throws the strike by her.
That was a nice spot. That's really the key, and it was difficult in the rain yesterday. I mean, we didn't talk about enough how hard it is when you have that much moisture in the air. It's windy. Pitchers were affected. Fielders were affected. But now we got beautiful weather here for day 2 and for both of these teams debuting in the WPBL. And a key part of the game for both sides is going to be precision on the mound. Whitmore so far looking good.
And there's Sato. She was the starting pitcher yesterday for the Queens, signing autographs. A weak ground ball once again to the second baseman, and easy toss. There's 2 away.
That was like deja vu. Busy on the right side of the infield. Gentiloni ready for it, though. I love it. Calm, cool, collected. Got the game face on. Of course, the eye black. She's actually the first signee for the WPBL as well. Another way to make history.
And at the plate is the pitcher for the Hunters. She'll take first pitch right at the letters, Rain Padgham. You'll see that on both sides today. Both pitchers are in the lineup. Padgham here in the 3 spot, Whitmore in the 2 spot.
Yeah, not just in the lineup, but in key places in the order, in that top part where you're really relying on them to help themselves out. So that frame job right there, you love to see that effort. That is what catchers do for their pitchers. George is her battery mate back there today.
And the 1-2 she watches sail away. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Padgham. What an international lineup this is for the Hunters. Blunt from the U.S. After that, DeLea from Mexico here in De Bedard and Kaplan and Leguizamon.
Started playing baseball at 3 years old. 3 years old. She is an example of this dream, to be able to pursue playing baseball well into your life, well on beyond just as a kid giving it up or switching to softball, getting a chance to represent women's baseball at this stage and getting the call to start the first time that your team is taking the field for this historic season.
Boy, isn't that cool? Upstairs, right at eye level, a lot of times, you know, a batter will go after that because they see the ball right there in their eyes. Good job laying off.
I like that spot. That was down at the knees. Anything that's more elevated, that's when you see those extra base hits, right? But if you can live at the knees, get them to roll over.
And that'll put DeBehard at first base. She'll walk, and that'll bring up Skylar Kaplan, the right fielder for the Firebells. And let's take a look at the defense. But we've got Kaplan at the plate right now. She'll hit it hard, first pitch, past the diving first baseman into right. Headed to third, she'll lose her helmet. And she's getting the call at home to stop. That's Day Bedard, a double for Kaplan.
Another extra base hit for the Firebells, and she absolutely drilled this pitch inside, up and in, turns on it, gets her hands inside, gets extended. You can see the heads up base running by Day Bedard as well, taking 2 bags because she knows she can. And 2 runners in scoring position. That's a productive at bat.
And that'll bring up the number 8 hitter here for the Firebells, the shortstop, Joelle Leguizamon. She'll take first pitch. She's got 2 in scoring position right here. Watch it at the letters. She's a first-round draft pick, Leguizamon is. 9th overall.
She's another cool representation. She's from Jacksonville, Florida, but has also played on the women's national team for the Dominican Republic. So even more international experience.
Big lead for the runner at second base. That'll go out of play. Another souvenir. Leguizamon, you'll see her bat there. It's a solid black bat. Almost looks like it could be wooden. I haven't found anyone yet that wants to use a wood bat, but they're using composite right now. Can use wood or metal. Slow little dribbler to the third baseman. She'll look the runner back, throw to first, and the runners will stay at their bases. There's one away.
Routine play over at third base.
All right, AJ, are you there with Lefty right now?
I am not only here with lefty Janine Lesko, I'm also here with Gloria Rogers, 2 icons that are also a part of this iconic weekend. They played in the All-American Girls Baseball League in the 1950s, and now they're here to witness history take place again. Janine, when you look around at all the fans watching these women take the field for the first time in 70 years, how do you feel?
I feel like we've done what we came back to do, and that's to get women to have the opportunity to play baseball.
Gloria, we were just joking a little bit earlier about how we see
Basketball.
What has been your favorite part of this weekend so far? We're here in day 2. I know you both were here for day 1 as well. What has excited you the most?
People hitting the ball like that out in the outfield. They could hit them over these fences. We've been going to the MLB practices that many of these girls have attended. And I'm so thankful for the national MLB players that are here. They've taught them so well and given them such an opportunity to girls be able to play baseball or softball, but to not have to go and play baseball. If they want to play baseball, they should be allowed to play baseball. That's been my goal. I'm happy to see it. This is really an advanced preparation for that to happen. Hopefully it will one day. But right now, these are the prime people who have worked hard and really spent their time in the summers of training to play baseball just like men can.
Being able to play baseball exactly the way that you did and have so many people show up to want to be here to watch. Why did you want to make sure you were here for this historic weekend, Gloria?
This is a highlight of my life. This is what I wanted to do. As AAG PBL people, we have a lot of things that we can attend, and we can't attend all of them. This was mine. This is the one I wanted to see. And I got to see my friend, good friend, Maggie Fox, hit the first hit last night. So that's really exciting for me because I followed her all the way through. But it's just great to be here. Wonderful.
Well, we all want to thank you both for your impact and paving the way on the road that these women now get to walk to then inspire the next generation. The All-American girls baseball players here watching the WPBL.
All eyes right now here on Kelsey Whitmore. She's got some padding as her teammates in front of her have driven in a couple of runs just this inning. Back-to-back hits, driving in 2 runs, so 3-0 Firebells on top. Swing and a miss as Patchen takes a little bit off of that one.
The balance that this league has shown with having stars like Kelsey Whitmore in the present, some of the younger talent that will really be the future of women's baseball, and then the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League alums that we saw from so long ago.
And Whitmore launches this one into center, but it will be caught as it was held up, and Haas was there to make the grab. So there's 2 away. That'll bring up Jill Albayati.
That's a solid swing. If you're Kelsey Whitmore, you know, okay, that is something to build on. She grounded out her first time up, hits a hard line drive high in the air out to center field. She is trending in the right direction.
Great job by AJ with the interview there with Lefty Lesko and Mac Rogers. I loved how Mac pointed out Maggie Fox, saying that was her favorite thing yesterday. You know, she came here to see Maggie get her first hit.
The first hit in the WPBL history. And the fact that they're friends, just how generational women's baseball in this community really is. Yes, you have a friend who played over 70 years ago in a league, and you're getting to play right now here in 2026.
Albayati watches this one sail in. She's patient here. She doubled her first trip up to the plate back in the first and scored the very first run for the Firebells. San Francisco up 3-0 right now. That'll be a souvenir going to the right side. Just like these athletes right here, these ball players were probably fans of, you know, watching the league of their own, and then knowing about the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League, fans of them, and then being able to do what they do right now and having them be fans of themselves. Just so many generations that it spans, and the connections are truly genuine.
Kelsey Whitmore said that that's one of her favorite movies. She's seen it 100 times. Definitely inspirational to reflect on going into this weekend.
Payoff pitch coming here for Albayati. She'll dig back in. She likes to stay very close to the plate. You can see with her bat over. She'll take, and it'll be called third strike. She'll be caught looking. We were talking to young fans in the stands. There's a little tapper right by the plate. As Kelsey Whitmore will face 4, 5, and 6. It's Kim at the first base for the Hunters. But as I'm mentioning, they're battling the elements yesterday with the wind, the rain, the cold. Here today, it's warm, it's hot. The sun, we'll see how it is setting on the left side right into the eyes of Whitmore.
And she needed that first pitch strike right there to Schroeder. It's captain on captain right now. Schroeder leading the way for the Hunters on that side. But Whitmore with the 1-2-3 inning last time around, back-to-back walks, getting behind in the count early for the last couple of hitters, looking to make that adjustment here. And she does, going 0-2.
When you see the first two batters get on, you know, with walks, you know you can be a little patient then at the plate. Waiting for that first strike to cross. Stadium lights have been on the entire game since pitch number 1. And look at that, some more players from yesterday with the Queens getting some pictures and autographs with fans there right in the stands. Where else could you do that? A swing and a miss, ball dropped. And I think she got it right in the glove there because she didn't have to throw down. So there's one away as Schroeder goes down on strikes. That'll bring up Denver Bryant, the third baseman.
That was a good adjustment there from Whitmore. He talked about back-to-back walks, coming back with the strikeout. Sometimes you really, as a pitcher, just have to get hitters to just miss. Miss enough, something in the air, something on the ground that your defense can work with. But sometimes it's helpful to get that out at the plate to get on track.
Bryant, we saw, you know, the flash of the glove at third base and how she was dancing with the music after. I think she is right here serious, though, now in the box.
Whitmore's been taking advantage of about a ball or so off that outside corner. That one a little bit too far that time. But hey, if you're going to get the call, keep throwing it there.
She was jammed. That'll go to second. The tag to the runner and a throw. It'll be errant to first base. Here comes a run for the Hunters. She'll stand up safely as the runner then goes to second with the ball sailing away from the first baseman. So the Hunters are on the board.
A tough miscue in that situation. As an infielder, you're of course trying to get that runner in front of you. She makes the tag to get the out, but the throw just doesn't quite get her feet set. That's where it really all starts, your bottom half to get you set up to make an accurate throw over to first. Did get an out of it though.
Beth Greenwood up to the plate. She's the catcher here for the Hunters. Also player coach. Well respected by the players here, has a lot of connections as far as helping other players, even on, I know, on other teams, helping them get into baseball. Throw down to third base, sliding in safely, losing her helmet is Bryant. Aggressive here on the base pass.
And that's what you have to do, is put pressure on the defense. We talked yesterday about getting that uniform dirty. You mentioned a league of their own earlier. They used to say dirt in the skirt. Well, they're getting dirt all on their brand new uniforms here as they debut and make more history.
Greenwood, one of the most accomplished and influential figures in women's baseball today. Member of Team USA, silver medalist in 2024 fly ball. That'll go out of play. But I know when I talked to Maggie Fox, she's like, she was so excited to say, hey, you know, I live down the street from Beth Greenwood, and you know, to have that connection with her, that's what the players just love. And I know when at the University of Rochester, helping other players get there to play baseball. Ground ball, shortstop eats it up, and that'll be the third out. The Hunters, though, get on the board. They're down by 2 as we head to the off the wall. I think LeBlanc took a look at it, and after she hit it, she felt like she crushed it over. I think everybody did. I did too. And then it just stayed in. Right now, looking at the flag, though, in center field, there is no wind blowing. This would be a great time to crush a ball.
Yeah, much more still than yesterday.
She'll take her time, though, and head to first base as she has walked. The second walk allowed by Pageant here in today's contest. That brings up Alexia George. George with Team USA last week. She grounded out to third back in the first.
And Pageant's still out there on the hill right now, so that's something that Keith Folk is deciding, hey, we're going to stick with her. She ran into a little bit of trouble back in the second, but ended with a backwards K. Starts off with a walk here, so we'll be curious to see how she manages this traffic here in the third.
Mentioning, you know, the skipper, Keith Folk, he knows really, as a pitcher himself, one of the top closers during his time, what to say to a pitcher, you know, what to really look out for, too. They might say they're okay, but he sees something different. And hit by pitch there, so there's 2 on, and that'll bring up Ella De Bedard. And let's go in the stands to AJ with some lucky fans who have a Kelsey bobblehead.
Yes, Lisa, remember when I talked about earlier, the community in the WPBL will travel. And right now I have 3 individuals that traveled from Colorado Springs to Georgia to drive all the way here to make sure they were able to watch their favorite player pitch, Kelsey Whitmore, holding the Kelsey Whitmore bobblehead. I have Tristan. Tristan, why did you want to make sure you were here to watch your favorite player pitch on the mound today?
Because why were you excited to be here? To watch Kelsey pitch?
Because I'm excited to watch baseball. Duh.
Why is Kelsey your favorite player?
Because
Remember her former team? The Bananas.
the bananas. Banana.
The Bananas. Do you play baseball, Tristan?
No.
You don't? You just enjoy watching amazing talent on the field? I love it. And please tell me, Michelle, why it is that you wanted to make sure you traveled so that Tristan was able to be here to watch history take place.
Absolutely. I think it's really important for us to support women's baseball, women's sports in general. And I think it's very important that we start with our young youth of all genders. And it's important that he doesn't see just the MLB, which sadly they're not here to support our women's baseball team, but he can see that women too can play the sport. We can play it just as hard, and we are equal, if you will. So it's fair. And he has had actually more fun yesterday and today at the women's baseball than he does when we take him to the men's baseball teams.
Well, Tristan, Michelle, I'm so glad that you are both here to watch history take place. You get to take home a bit of history with the Kelsey Whitmore bobblehead. And Tristan, I'm excited to watch you continue to have some fun. Right? All right. Community travels to be here for the WPBL.
All right, thank you so much, AJ. I loved what those fans said right there, that they're having more fun here than they do at an MLB game. So come out to the ballpark. We'll be here all season at Robin Roberts Stadium in Springfield, Illinois. You're going to have fun when you're here. Bases are loaded. Check swing. Didn't go, said the umpire in the field. That's Kelly Elliott Dine. It's Kaplan here at the plate.
And you can look, ooh, that was very close.
No replay to check that.
Yeah, no video review.
Bases juice. This one's coming back almost to us. Look at that. Another souvenir. Bobbleheads, baseballs, you gotta love it. And the fans they are enjoying it here today. And big cheers to anybody and everybody that's catching a foul ball. Has the W logo on it of the WPBL. You can't find that anywhere else. And I heard fans say, they're not even selling those balls. And I'm like, yeah, you got to catch one.
You got to come out.
That's right. Righty-lefty matchup here with Kaplan. She doubled and scored a run back in the second. Firebells up right now 3-1. Payoff pitch coming with the bases juiced. No outs. And that'll just miss upstairs outside. Kaplan patient, and she'll walk in a run.
A classic RBI walk there for Kaplan, but yes, the discipline paying off, and that is a tough way to allow another run to come in. Not surprised to see a conversation right now as Greenwood, who we mentioned is a player coach as well. She's the battery mate with Padgham, behind the dish, having that conversation, being that leader now with her on the mound.
So Joelle Leguizamon will come to the plate. First round draft pick, drafted 9th overall, grounded out to 3rd her first trip up. So 0 for 1 today. She's waiting as we got a quick little meeting on the mound between Greenwood and her pitcher, Padgham. Padgham struggling a little bit here in the 3rd as she has walked 2, hit 1 batter, walked in a run.
Not seeing any activity in the bullpen on the Hunter side either as of now.
Upstairs, and oh, that'll catch right at the letters there. This ball's hit up in the air to the right side, going back into the corner, and it'll fall just to the right of the chalk line by the bullpen in right field. Open bullpens here at Robin Roberts Stadium.
Kim getting the start out in right field for the Hunters today. Dealing with some sun. You mentioned it a little bit earlier, Lisa, because of the time of day. It's just after 7:30 local time here in Springfield, and the sun starting to go down. So some of the outfielders wearing those sunglasses to help protect.
This one's hit hard to the left side. It will drop in as launching, or as Gellenholz. She won't come up with it. Here comes a run being waved home. Another for the Firebells and held up at 3rd base. So 2 more runs cross the plate in George and Davidard.
Leguizamon making it look easy, man. I mean, wow, just absolutely takes advantage, the all-out effort and left, but she waited on this beautifully. Turns on the pitch, and you can see the effort from Geldenhuis. But once it gets past you as the outfielder, you are the last line of defense. It gives runners a lot of time to get around the bases. And yes, this is the moment, no surprise, to see some activity in the bullpen.
First pitch to Jua Park, she'll take, it'll miss away. Righty-righty matchup. Both runners in scoring position for the Firebells. Six runs have crossed the plate. Nice lead there as the Firebells still no outs here in this inning. And there, that ball launched in off the glove of the center fielder. Here comes Kaplan. Held up at 3rd base is Leguizamon. And at 2nd base is Park. The crowd loves it.
That's a little too much wide of the plate, and Park makes her pay. I mean, she got things going down in that 9 spot in the lineup. You got to appreciate the effort there out in center as well. But had an RBI single her first time up, backs it up with another RBI double. Talk about 1 through 9 having a threat. The Fireballs have been productive all the way through.
Still no outs. We're back up to the top of the order for the Firebells. First pitch, it'll go down the line at 3rd base. Throw, good effort, won't make it. Here comes the throw home. Tag applied too late, and runners are running everywhere. Safe at the corners at 1st and 3rd. So Leguizamon squeezes in and picks up a run.
This is really close in terms of fair or foul. The diving attempt there from 3rd base to try to make the play. Tough to tell exactly where it was over 3rd base, and extremely close. But Bryant with a great effort. And the Firebells continue to put pressure on the defense, sending that runner home.
Kelsey Whitmore comes to the plate. She has seen that her teammates in front of her, all these runs scored. similar to back in the second. She's 0 for 2 today, though, with a ground out and a fly out. I'm sure she wants in on this action right here. The pitch. This one is hit high up in the air to left field, going back all the way to the fence and having to come in and judge the ball is Geldenhouse. She'll throw it in. That'll be a sacrifice fly. And Whitmore drives in a run here in the third.
The first WPBL RBI for Kelsey Whitmore. And the Firebells just continue to pass the bat. They took advantage of some freebies with a couple of walks and a hit by pitch, but they have also delivered with runners on base, runners in scoring position.
That'll bring up the left fielder, the number 3 hitter in the lineup for the Firebells, Jill Albayeti. Albayeti is 1 for 2 today, doubled, scored a run in the first, then struck out looking back in the second. Eight-run lead here for the Firebells.
And that was the first out, by the way. Like, they have just been relentless, and it was still an intelligent and productive out. A sacrifice fly is a good at-bat.
Firebells scored 1 in the first, 2 more in the second, and then the floodgates just opened up here in the third. And as you mentioned, Jenna, that was just the first out, so they scored a bunch of runs before the last one with a sac fly.
7 different Firebells have scored in this game already. 7. 3 through 9 have all scored. And Gentiloni and Whitmore in the 1 and 2 spot, they both have RBIs.
Everybody's getting in on this offensive production here today. Long fly ball, slicing foul right side. Matt Williams, who's coaching third base, he's got to be happy with that big lead right here. I talked to him before the game, and yes, that's the Matt Williams who played 17 seasons in the big leagues. And I said, you know, does this feel like a big league opening day? You know, does it feel like what you felt like as far as the jitters, or just what are you experiencing? Strike 3 called. There's out number 2 as Albayeti goes down. And we've batted around. LeBlanc will come to the plate, and he said yes. He's like, it's all the same. You're excited. You know, you got some opening day jitters. He said it's just like when he was a player in the big leagues. He was really happy to have his, you know, have a nice, beautiful day here weather-wise, and the field so, you know, well kept that they could actually get out on the field. First time for them to get out and take some infield, outfield, BP, and kind of check everything out. LeBlanc at the plate. She's 1 for 1 with the walk, drove in a run, throw down to second. It'll be off the mark and go into center, and that'll be a stolen base there. Gentiloni standing up at second base, snuck in.
Eight-run lead, not afraid to steal.
Inside, that'll tap off of LeBlanc, and she'll head to first base. Alexia George coming to the plate.
I think at this point, we're looking at a potential change at any given time here with Padgham. I think possibly slightly overdue. We did see some activity in the bullpen. Don't see anyone over there as of right now. But this is a tough spot to be in. Yes, there are 2 outs, but a couple of hit batters, couple of walks in the mix here along with these base hits.
Yeah, it's a long inning here for Padgham as Folk comes, and he does take the ball from her. And it's the new era. Call to the bullpen as the Hunters bring in a new arm.
huge impact on is the starting pitcher tonight for the Firebells, Kelsey Whitmore. You have a close relationship with her. You were there for her during her draft party, and recently you guys made a video where she said, wouldn't it be cool, Maybelle, if there was a league just like you had in the 40s? Well, it is here. Is cool still the word you would use to describe it, or is there another one?
No, I tell you, this is going to be it. These girls out here can play baseball. I have watched them, and I've seen them grow up. And by George, if they don't do it, I'm going to kick them in the rear, and they'll be wishing they had never doubted me. They will be playing ball, and we got to keep that little flag waving for the next generations to come. And that's my goal in life as long as I'm on this side of the dirt. And I don't know how long I'm going to be here, but as long as I'm on this side of the dirt, we're going to have women playing baseball.
Have women playing baseball, and you're going to be there to support them just the same way you have always been there to support Kelsey Whitmore. Thank you so much for the icon that you are, Maybelle.
Hey, you know you're overdoing it, but you know what? I like it. Call me that again, would you?
Icon.
I love it. Thank you.
That's great, Mabel. She's so feisty, isn't she, Jenna? I hope that after saying that about the Mets that she has a plane ride home now. They got her here, but I'm not sure now. She's getting back. Slicing foul left side. New pitcher on the hill is Micah Dumais, righty from Quebec, Canada. Dumais working on Alexia George right here. She'll put this one into right center. It'll drop right in. Getting waved home for the Firebells is another run. And that's Jenna Loney.
And that's how to keep the momentum on your team side. A new pitcher comes in, but you make an adjustment. Your first hit of the game, your first RBI of the game in George's situation. And she just timed that perfectly to send it opposite way and keep the momentum on the Firebells side.
So Ella de Behard steps up to the plate. David Ard is hit by a pitch. The bases are loaded here. Skylar Kaplan will come to the plate.
The free passes come back to bite you. I mentioned there have been a couple of walks already. Some hit by pitches. Nearly all of them have scored.
So a righty-lefty matchup here with Kaplan at the plate. She's 1 for 1 today with a double. Walked once, scored 2 runs. Up in the air, it's skied. Waiting for it is left fielder Geldenhuis. She'll bring it in, and that'll retire the Firebirds as they leave the bases loaded. But
Haas is from Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. And I think the key here is just have a solid at-bat. Of course, you want to get on base for your team to get things going.
And there's a nice hit to right, but it'll go into the glove of Kaplan. So Haas is retired. 1 pitch. Fly out to right.
That is efficiency. You will take that all day long if you're Kelsey Whitmore. I mentioned before, you just want to get hitters to just miss. Let that defense work. If you can keep the pitch count a little bit lower, that was number 39 on the day so far for Kelsey Whitmore. That's ideal.
Especially after, getting a long time off, sitting on the bench, watching your teammates score a bunch of runs for you. And she got in on the action too. That ball is up in the air into center field, twisting, turning, and going all the way back is David Ard. She'll bring it in, and that's a long, loud fly out off the bat of Blunt.
2 quick outs for Kelsey Whitmore.
Yeah, just a few pitches there. 2 away. That'll bring up the shortstop, Edith DeLea. DeLea grounded out to second her first trip up. Hit a hefty 545 last week with Mexico up in Rockford in World Cup group stage. Big bat up here in the top of the, up at the top of the lineup for the Hunters. Bat's in the second slot. Sun is starting to set, so now the shadows are on the fields and the lights are on. No sun, I don't believe, is in anyone's eyes now. Big cut, swing and a miss upstairs. It's Lamphere High School that's right next to us, so the sun sets right behind that building.
And the fact that the light is the same across the entire field now is very helpful for players, because the sun can be in your eyes, but then there are shadows on some parts of the field. It's light on other parts of the field. You have to adjust your eyes to that, and now it's all even across the board as the sun sets.
Whitmore deals, just missing there. We can see the sunset, yeah, just the blaze right there as it sneaks over onto the beautiful diamond of Robin Roberts. Named after Robin Roberts, the Hall of Famer who actually went to Lamphere High School next door. So they named the field after him, and now the baseball team, the high school, gets to play right here. We're at Robin Roberts Stadium. It's kind of cool, right?
And this stadium opened in 1925.
And crushed over into right. It'll drop in for a base hit. So with 2 away, DeLea finds her way on base. That'll bring up Rain Padgham, or actually, that'll be Micah Dumais as she came in for Padgham.
The thing about baseball is you have some opportunity for redemption. Padgham had a tough time out on the mound, especially there in the 3rd inning with 6 runs coming across. Now she has an opportunity to contribute offensively. She's been taken out off the mound so far after her start, but you can still do something for your team. And actually, it looks like that is Micah Dumais, who came in for Padgham. So she's got an opportunity to help herself out.
Two pitchers matching up against each other right now. Dumais came in after Kelsey batted, so Kelsey has not seen her, but Kelsey gets to pitch to Dumais right now. Throw to first, checking the runner, keeping her honest. There is action in the bullpen for the Firebells right now. Long fly ball to right. It'll stay up though, and incoming is Kaplan. She'll squeeze it in her glove, and that'll do it. So that'll leave. Nice bit of hitting here to lead off in the top of the 4th. Firebells on top. They have the 9-run advantage right now. That'll bring up Jua Park. Park is a perfect 2 for 2 today. Singled in her first trip, drove in a run, and then doubled and scored a run.
Hunters keeping a close eye on Leguizamon over there. Taking out any way they can get it right now. They need to get back in, pick up the bats. Especially when you got a hot hitter at the plate right now like Jua Park. Set it, a couple of hits, a couple of RBIs. She's a threat there in the 9th spot.
We mentioned the 2 managers for the Firebells, Matt Williams, the former big leaguer. The other coaches, though, for the Firebells, Jeff England and Sam Unger. And then on the other side for the Hunters, well, Keith Falk, manager, 11-year MLB, big-time relief pitcher, and his coaches are Carraven Dew and Beth Greenwood. Greenwood in the lineup today as she is catching right now.
Greenwood is, yeah, she's coached on the pro side before. She's director of baseball development for Baseball for All.
Fly ball into center field, racing for it, unable to come up with it. It'll roll by the fence. Or actually, she caught it and back to first base. Scrambling is Joelle. What a catch, the fans on their feet. As Haas out there in center field, she raced to her left and made the grab.
Covering a ton of ground here, extension. She was still going backwards into the gap. Gets up quickly, though, to get that throw off, forcing Leguizamon to get all the way back to first base. Sometimes the momentum that you need for your team comes on defense, and that could be a moment for Boston to build on.
Oh boy, I'd build on that. Look at, I mean, with the snow cone catch too. That's where I thought it was like popping out of her glove. And then when you take a closer look at it, you see how she just squeezed it in after launching her whole body. Because she needed it. She needed the whole extension of her arm and everything to get to it. When I talked to Haas before the game, that we're from the same area, and I asked her, I didn't remember her playing baseball a lot. She said she played baseball her first 2 years of high school and played JV, and then went on to play softball the next 2 years. So she played for Dwyer High School in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. She's from Jupiter. Nobody here in the stands. I asked her, family, friends here, and she said, not yet. So I know you're all back home cheering for her and probably leaped out of your seats as she was leaping after that ball. There's Haas there. Haas just graduated. She went to 2 colleges, the College of Central Florida and Middle Georgia State. And once she graduated, she went right back to baseball. She has been trying to find, just like all these other athletes here, any place that she could play baseball. Any tournament, any men's team, anything. And now they all get to play together here in the WPBL. There's a ground ball. That might shoot through, and it does, into left. So 2 on here for the Firebells.
It's 3 straight singles for Jenna Loney. I mean, that is consistency. She struck out her first time up and made a very quick adjustment, got RBIs the past couple of at-bats, has been on time, and that is the key. She's been successful there in the top spot.
She is sneaky getting on. Jenna Loney taking a big lead there at first base. Whitmore at the plate. She'll take as that pitch goes way wide of the plate.
I think a lot of fans here anxiously awaiting the first hit from Kelsey Whitmore in the WPBL. She did have the sac fly, did get her first RBI last time up.
Big cut, swing and a miss. It's going to feel so good when she does get that for herself, too. I know that's what she's working on here. Having a great time on the mound, and she's got a lot of runs behind her to support her, too. Two on, just 1 away. That one will miss too. Whitmore, I've noticed too, I got to watch her bat live last week up in Rockford. She's very selective, very patient, very good hitter at the plate. She's not going to just swing at anything. If you get her, it's because it's a good pitch. There's a chopper up the middle, come back, and she's the one that where Beth Greenwood made the connection and was trying to, help her get to play baseball at the University of Rochester.
And she helped introduce her to the women's national team as well for Team USA.
So Eckert will have to face the heart of the order here for the Hunters, 4, 5, and 6. Hana Kim will come to the plate. She walked and scored a run back in the second. First pitch strike delivered at the belt. That one will sail away.
A tough first batter to face if you are Eckert in this situation.
And then a launch out of play right side. The field was so beautiful when I got to go on it before the game during BP, as we couldn't really yesterday, but just to see it, I saw the, groundskeeper, Jeff Martin, and we talked a little bit about how he was able to keep it dry. Jammed ground ball, gobbled up by the shortstop, and the throw will be errant off the glove of LeBlanc, so safe at first base is Kim. But I had to look it up really quick, but he was explaining to me, he said he did not water the field, didn't need it as far as since Thursday, and because there was so much moisture and it was going to rain, and that he said the materials used on it, used all through the infield, we saw being sprinkled right before the game yesterday, before he chalked the box too and lined the field, that it was all dry, never wetted it down, because he said that, the field just had so much moisture, it was going to be continue to rain during the game, and it just acted like a million little sponges.
And the defense just playing off that field right now. I mean, we saw the error there on that throw, a bit of a short hop as it was delivered over to LeBlanc. She didn't really get a glove on it. So an opportunity here for the Hunters to get something going. We talked about how you want to see fight from your team. We talked about that later in the game yesterday as the Queens were down to the Heights on opening day, and then they came up with the comeback. Now, they didn't quite have a 9-run deficit like Boston does, but you want to at least have something to build on moving forward, and there's still a lot of game left.
Ooh, a big breaking ball there delivered, and Glendon Hoos just knocks it away. She's like, yeah, that's not the pitch I want to go after right now. Off the end of the bat, that'll go foul. I love her. Look at her batting gloves. The colors just glow in there. The different greens. Goes right with the Hunters. Their green color. And she'll lace it into left, racing after it. She's got to get in front of it, is the left fielder, Albayati. So racing to second base is Glendon Hoos. Glendon Hoos at second.
I think she likes her batting gloves too, especially if they help her do something like this. Perfect timing on that to hit the line drive out into the green. And of course, her teammate making her way over to third now. So some ducks on the pond here for the Hunters. They have something going here with no outs.
Glendon Hoos, you can see she's wrapping her black oven mitt on, so she's ready to slide. Taking a big lead at second base. That brings up Allie Schroeder. Two on in scoring position here for the Hunters. They're down by 9. Fly ball pop up, and that will go foul right side. And boy, those are big cheers there for the foul ball. And there's Kelsey Whitmore. She's out in the field.
And she goes from commanding things on the mound to commanding the outfield out there in center. She had a nice start for the Firebells too on the mound. Went to 3 innings. Gave up a couple of hits, just the 1 run, had a strikeout. Just 1 strikeout too. She did a nice job of just being efficient. The first inning and the 3rd inning, both 1, 2, 3. 52 pitches overall that she threw. Pretty good appearance there for her first time starting for San Francisco.
Swing and a miss. Ball dropped. Catcher throws to first. That's a strikeout, so there's one away. Denver Bryant will come up to the plate.